What up, second grade? It's Miss Crawl. It's great to see you all back. So today we're going to be working on R-controlled syllables. So that's when we have a vowel and then an R, and those come together and make a different sound than the vowel sound. Now, whenever we have that vowel and R, and we have a word that has more than one syllable, those two, that vowel and that R, are going to be in that same syllable, are going to be in the same syllable together, and that's going to be an R-controlled syllable. Because we have that vowel and that R, they're going to be together in that syllable. They're not going to be broken up. So we're not going to split our word into syllables by breaking those in between those two letters. Those two letters are going to stay together and be in the same syllable in the word. Let's look at what I'm talking about here. So we have the word perfect. If I was to break perfect up into syllables, we'd break it up right here. Our first syllable, our second syllable. You see that this first has a vowel and an R. We change that vowel sound, so that's an R-controlled syllable. You see how those stay together in this syllable. Same thing with person. Person, break it up. That ER is going to stay together in that first syllable. For T, we have that OR. We have a vowel and R, or, right? We change that vowel sound. Or T, that OR stays together in that first syllable here. Same thing with former. Break it up, stays together. Forbid, it stays together. Then we have circle. Circle, if we broke that up, we'd break it up right here. And you see that we have an IR here. Right? We change that vowel sound when we have that vowel and R. So we have that stay together in that first syllable in this example. And then circus, same thing, that IR stays together. Garden, break it up, that AR stays together. R, right? We change that vowel sound when we have that vowel and R right after it. Makes an R-controlled syllable because those two stay together and stay in that same syllable. Rather, it's the first, second, third, whatever syllable it is. Garble, garble, break it up, that AR stays together. And if we have garlic, same thing, that AR stays together in that syllable together. So whenever we have our vowel and then an R, they're going to stay together in that same syllable, whatever syllable, wherever that is in the word. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit more practice with this. So let's read the top. It's kind of just what I said. Ooh, let me make myself smaller, but we'll just repeat. When a vowel or a pair of vowels is followed by the letter R, it changes the vowel sound, and we hear that in the words that we just practiced. The vowels and the R stay in the same syllable, and we notice that in all those words when we broke the word up into syllable, we didn't break it up in between those. They stayed together. This is called an R-controlled syllable. So you hear me be saying that. You hear R-controlled syllables at the end of under. So look, under, we have that ER, and it's in that same syllable if we broke that up right here. And it stays together. So this is an R-controlled syllable. In the beginning of circus. Again, we break up circus, break it up right here. That IR stay together, and it has an R-controlled syllable. So this says, connect the two syllables to make a word. Write the word on the line. So let's look at number one. We have hornet. We have that OR right here. You see how they're going to stay in that same syllable? So that's going to be our R-controlled syllable. So those come together to make hornet. Go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. All right, our next one, we have starlight. So you can see that AR here. Star, light. We put it together. We get starlight. You can see that right here we have that R-controlled syllable because we have that vowel and R. And we're changing that vowel sign when that vowel sound when they're together. Number. Number. So you see we have that ER here, right? Number. So number. Put it together. But we have our R-controlled syllable right here. That ER makes that Number. Number 4, perfect. Perfect. Well, if we put those together, perfect. We went perfect. But we see this ER right here, that R controlled syllable, So that's our R controlled syllable. Perfect. So I want you to notice how no matter which syllable it is, that vowel and R stay together. We don't split them up in between for the syllables. They're in the same syllable, and they create that R controlled syllable. Garden, garden. Okay, so those are our two syllables. Put them together, we get garden. But you can see here we have that A, R, G, R. When we have that A and that R, so that's our R controlled syllable. All right, down at the bottom, it says, look at the picture. Write the missing R controlled syllable. So we have a picture of a spider here. So spider, spider. So we have that SPI, that beginning syllable. Now we need to do the R controlled syllable. So we have to listen. Spider. So we hear that D. So we know it's going to be D. And then we have Let's think of some words that we hear that sound to. Number, perfect. So I think it's going to be ER. SPIDER, spider. And you see that we have our R controlled syllable here because we have that ER and they're in the same syllable together. Number 2, carpet, carpet. So we have our second syllable. Now we need our first syllable. This is an R controlled, so we hear K. So we know it starts with a C, but now we need to know what are we putting? Are we putting AR, ER, IR? It's car. Like garden. We have that AR. Arpit. And this is our R controlled syllable because we have our vowel and then an R. And again, they stay in the same syllable. Our last one, tiger. So we have our first syllable and our second syllable is that ger. So we need to think we hear that G. Now what syllable? Or what, not syllable, what do we need? What vowel R do we need to finish this R controlled syllable off? ER, AR, IR, tiger, like spider, number, yeah, ER, TIGER, tiger. All right, second grade. That was awesome. So remember when we have a vowel and an R, it changes that vowel sound. But when we're working on breaking words up into syllables or their word parts, that vowel and R are going to stay together in that same syllable, wherever that syllable may be. And they're going to stay together and make an R-controlled syllable is what we'll call it. Great job, guys. See you next time.